Rock and roll Chicago, rock and roll Chicago, my hometown. Well, I was born in the city, gonna rock the city, Chicago. Chicago rock and rollers are the best here around.
Hey, this is Paul Martin
And Ray the Roadie.
for the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast. How you doing, Ray?
I'm rocking out to some Electric Avenue.
That's cool. That's cool. You know what?
What?
We have Electric Avenue today.
No.
The band Electric Avenue.
No.
Yes. And Acoustic Avenue.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think I got their music.
No, we've got two. We've got two bands in one.
2 in 1.
That's right.
Oh man, do we got to pay for 2 then, or
No.
just the one?
Yeah, we're paying for them both.
Oh God. There's no money in the coffers, you know,
In the what?
in the coffers.
What's the coffer?
The coffer. You know.
Is that one of your words of the day?
Excuse me.
Oh.
I'm a coffer.
Yeah, yeah. Is that one of your words of the day?
As a matter of fact, I think it was the other day.
A coffer.
A coffer.
COUGH?
No, COFFERS.
Okay.
The coffers. The coffers. But why? So we got Electric Avenue and Acoustic Avenue. There's going to be a big traffic jam, man.
Yes, there is.
It's going to be one hell of an intersection.
That's right. Well, let's get to it and see what they have to say. Gotta go on to Electric Avenue. Hey, we're meeting today with Jimmy Herter, Dean Schuldt, and Ron Romero of Electric Avenue. How you guys doing today?
Doing just great.
Andy.
Great to
Hello.
be here.
Good to have you. Good to have you.
Good to be had.
So tell us a little bit about Electric Avenue. How long you guys been together?
Wow. We've been together. Acoustic Avenue started, 9 years ago?
Unbelievably, yeah. It was 9 years ago that
Today, right? No,
9 years to the minute.
To the minute.
And it was in Joliet, no less. That I know that Ron and
That's
I
right.
first played together in Joliet. It was a Paulie's pub.
Paulie's Pub.
Paulie's
yeah, in
Pub.
52. That was our first gig together, me and Jimmy.
Paulie's Pub. Why do I know that name? I know that
Maybe because
place.
your name is Paulie?
Well, maybe. Because,
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe,
yeah.
but then I
Could
don't
be
know.
the one in Chicago Heights too.
Oh,
There's
maybe.
a Polly's in Chicago.
Is there?
Heights.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. That's my old stomping ground back there.
Yeah, so 9 years ago. Wow. Who would have? It just seems like just yesterday, you know?
And we still like each other.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing because nobody likes Ron except
That's
me
it.
and Dean anymore.
I don't think that's true.
No, I know. I'm just joking, man.
I like Ryan.
see, I got 3
Now we got
friends.
3 friends.
I'm vacillating here.
So you started out as Acoustic Avenue, and you're still doing Acoustic Avenue, correct?
Still playing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got some great gigs. Despite, it does slow down in the winter a bit, but
It does for everyone, I think. So.
yeah, everybody has to slow down a little bit. But, we had some great gigs. We're back out in Morris, our old stomping ground there. And, Ron's from Coal City, so
Big city of coal. Yeah.
big city of coal. So, no, we have a great new place we were playing out on the patio when the weather's nice out over at the Chop House. Chop Shop
in Morris. Yeah.
Chop Shop in Morris. That's nice to be back over there. And we can actually, our friends like coming out there and stuff, so we can pack the place, so to speak.
Yeah, when we started the band, we were doing steady gigs like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. And Acoustic Avenue had over 300 gigs a year at one point.
Wow.
So we were pretty busy. But that's, mostly because we were doing the steady weekdays. And then we'd play wherever on the weekends. So we still go out to Morris. We played Joliet a lot. We were in Mokina for a long time. We kind of travel around.
I noticed you were the house band in a couple of places.
We were, yeah. We were the house band at Chapin's and Moore's for 5 years, at McBride's for 5 years.
We were playing every Tuesday night at Jenny's 191.
Oh, sure.
yeah.
For like what?
In Mokina.
5
Sure.
years for that.
5 years we were doing that. I really missed that gig.
That's
That
actually our magic number. At 5 years, the companies sell out and we're gone.
There you go.
was TikTok.
They like us. They like us every week for that first 5 years, but man, that fifth year they're sold.
Yeah.
What actually kind of scares me about that is this August I'll be in the band 5 years. So I guess my time
That's
is up.
actually very true.
Well, there's a new club out there now.
Yeah, Jameson's or something.
Jamos.
Jamos Live, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big bands are playing there, man, on the weekends. But you know, like the big High Infidelity and the Circus.
Right.
Libido
Olay.
Traveling, the traveling
Libido
circus.
Funk Circus.
The Beatle Funk Circus, yeah, they're a great band.
Yeah.
You know. So we moved on. When we add a drummer, we call it Electric Avenue after much thought.
Not much.
Yeah.
You know, not too much thought. So every night we get a request for that Eddie Grant song.
That we never learned.
I wanna walk down to Electric Avenue.
And we've never learned it.
So now when you add a drummer, you add Heath Chappell or Chapel.
Boy, nobody's better than Heath Chappell. He's the greatest. One of the greatest drummers, and it shows, man. He's working all the time. That guy's, if he's not doing 2 gigs a day, he's not. It ain't a normal day for him.
So he plays with some other bands, right?
Yeah, he's playing with Jake Epner's band, the Backdated.
Oh. Oh, I know Heath.
Yeah,
oh, yeah. I know Heath.
His heart is really into jazz, and plays a lot with Steve Hashimoto.
Okay.
And a number of great jazz players in Chicago that I just don't know their names.
Well, this is the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast, so
We don't know much about jazz, right?
No, right? Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to jazz, it's
What do I know about jazz?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
It's
That's what we call his wrong notes.
So
Jazz.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Everybody played it a different
Not that
key.
Jimmy
right?
never plays a bad note.
Yeah, Heath Chappell's just a joy to play with. He's a real,
yeah.
the drummer is directing the band, and Heath will lead you. If you're unsure if the chorus is coming up, don't worry, because Heath's going to go do, 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 do,
He'll put you right in it.
and right in there, man.
He's one of those guys because, over the years we've played songs. We've got our standard set list that we play. But once in a while we'll get that crazy, hey, why don't you guys try playing this tonight? And we'll do it for the first time on stage. And he's one of those guys that if one of us know the song, you don't have to turn around and explain to him, here's how it goes.
Right.
He knows how it goes.
He knows how it goes,
Yeah.
yeah. He I was impressed with Heath when I first I mixed him at the Blue Chip with with Backdated, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he'll play jazz, he'll play the Who, he'll play whatever you throw at him, and he knows it.
Right.
He knows it well. So
And I mixed there for the side of the stage, so I get to watch the drummer quite a bit. And I'm always impressed with the good drummer, a drummer who is driving the band and stuff. And I remember, that's why I remember him.
he's the other thing that I like about him is that he doesn't come in with the old Ludwig Octoplus, with all the million of drums. He comes in with a real small, it's a jazz kit.
Small kit. Right.
And man, he makes that thing sing.
Yeah, a little 4 or 5 piece kit for Heath, and he's going to make it sound like big
Like
a
it
rock
should.
show.
Like
rock
money. Right. It makes it sound like money. So what would you guys consider your genre of music that you play?
It's classic rock, baby.
Yeah.
That's what you got to say. I say, well, we're a Chaka Khan tribute band. That throws them off.
Yeah, I bet it does.
But it's classic rock. We know some 60s, 70s, 80s, and some of the some newer stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing from this century, but
there is a few. There's
we do
a couple
have a
songs.
few. That's true. That's true.
Actually, Ron's pretty good about learning a few newer songs here and there, and we might have one country song that's actually on the charts.
That's been
Now-
the fun thing about this, though, is like I said before, is like we'll go play a gig and somebody will come up and say, "Do you guys know this song?" And one of us will say, "I kind of know it." We'll play it,
Right.
and then we learn it, and then we come back and play it again the next time.
Right. Or you learn it on a break and then go back and play it the next set, right?
We've done that before.
Yeah.
We don't actually wait till breaks. We just do it.
Do you? That's great. That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, our New Year's show, somebody wanted to hear a particular Billy Joel song, I think is what it was. Or no, it was an Elton John song. And on break, I went to the bathroom and I had my cell phone up on the urinal. And a guy walked in. He goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm learning a song." He goes, "Really?" And he got out there, and I could see him from the back of the room giving us the thumbs up that he liked that we pulled it off.
That's pretty tough with no keyboards, though.
It was real.
Elton John or Billy Joel, either one.
See, but our secret sauce, I guess, is Jimmy here. Our secret weapon. Yeah, Jimmy's a great multi-instrumentalist. He plays flute, he plays guitar.
Yeah.
And when the keyboard
Don't you hate
parts
those
come in,
guys?
I hate him, but I'm glad he's in our band. But he's one of those guys that where there's keyboards, he fills. And between him and Dean, those guys just, they fill it really nice. They're pretty good for guitar players.
Speaking of piano, yeah, I've been playing a lot of piano lately, and that's why I haven't seen you guys, is because I'm down in the basement playing the good old acoustic piano for hours on end since I've been doing some dueling piano shows with my buddy Steve Costegas there. So I'm really trying to catch up,
Oh, okay, so Jimmy, tell us what else you do besides Electric Avenue or Acoustic Avenue.
I'm a realtor.
Well, I meant musically is what I meant. But
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't make it on, $18,000 a year being a musician.
right. Yeah.
That much?
Well, I've been in
The other two guys have
Couple
been
other
making
bands.
3,000, just to let you know.
my big band that I was in was the New Invaders, a great 60s band
Okay.
that often copied, never, whatever.
Never duplicated it.
Yeah, never
Often
duplicated.
never. Yeah.
Often duplicated, never. But I don't know. What I mean to say is that the New Invaders 60s style has inspired a number of groups to start their own band and
Right.
get out there and wear the exact same shirts that I wear.
And that's actually how Jimmy ended up in the band, is because I was a big fan of New Invaders.
Right.
They're instrumentally, they're one of the best bands. Vocally, everybody in the band sings. And I think I called Jimmy to do a sub gig with me. And, we became fast friends, and we kind of carried on the band and everything. So,
Our bass player for New Invaders actually took a month's vacation in the summer. Ron came out and subbed on bass for our leader of our band. Yeah. So, we get involved with each other's projects, as I think we all do that. And it's a good thing.
So, Ron, tell us about your history of the band besides being the curator or owner of the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum. Founder.
wow, that's me, huh? So we started with the
Curator's a fancy word.
It is.
It's a really
I
fancy
think
word.
I think that was on my calendar this morning.
Yeah, was it? Yeah, we could talk about his calendar another time.
So I was working actually downtown. I was actually playing with Jimmy Sands from Shadows of Night for a while, and we were doing more and more gigs. And then I was picking up more gigs besides the gigs with him. And I left the job downtown Chicago and started doing this full time. That's why there were so many gigs at 300 gigs, because
Right.
I got to pay the bills. And so I started the band with a couple other guys, the touring members from Herman's Hermits at the time.
Oh, okay.
And they were in the band for a couple of years. And then because of their touring schedules and other interests, we were getting subs to keep the job, to keep me employed, basically.
Were they based out of here or out of Chicago area?
Generally the Midwest. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, Jimmy came in and did some gigs with us, and he added so much more vocally, guitar-wise. And he also did, he plays flute and a few other instruments. And
Part
stuff.
of Acoustic Avenue was always having the rotating players. You know,
exactly.
Whatever
Okay.
gig we had, we could be bringing people in to fit the bill.
Right.
And that was probably out of necessity, too, because I was doing it as a living.
Right.
So...
Right.
Well, the guys would go on tour. I'm like, I can't stop working, guys. I got to get us up for you. I'm sorry.
Right.
So, but then it eventually became, what you see here. Dean has been on with us for 5 years now, like he said. We're going to start
been
paying
nice to know
him
you,
after
Dean.
this year, right? Yeah, after this year, we're going to start paying him. So
Finally,
So
huh?
you're going to keep him after 5 years.
well, I mean, he's an important part of the band. He moves the gear for us and he books the job. No,
Drives the bus.
drives the
That's
bus.
the best.
No, actually, Dean is he came out and saw us one time. We asked him to sit in with us. We knew some of his other bands that he'd played in, and he came in and sat in with us, and it was just that we hit it off, And this, I hate to say this, but I don't. This is my favorite lineup of the band since all the 9 years.
Well,
Everybody's tight. We're good. Everybody's brothers. We work together. There's no headaches. It's just we have a good time.
that's good.
And they got someone to get the high notes now. So
Yeah.
I see.
He's quiet when he talks, but he does hit those high notes.
So, Dean, tell us about your history,
oh geez,
your rock and roll history.
my rock and roll history back in the middle and late 70s, I decided that I was going to be a rock star. So I went on the road with a band called Sin City. And
Were they from Vegas?
no, they were from
Calumet City.
Calumet City.
Calumet City. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Absolutely.
had to be one or the other, right?
Absolutely. And then I came back and Plan B started, got married, started having kids and that stuff. And then I got into a band called Emerald City. I kind of hung around the cities for a while, and that's when I think when our paths crossed a little bit between M&R Rush and Emerald City. And then after that, I spent about 35 years in a 60s band called Bullwinkle.
Oh, okay.
And then when that finally, ended, I had a chance to go out, like we were talking earlier, to go out and hear bands. And these guys were playing Tuesday nights at Jenny's, which was about 8 minutes from my house.
Oh, okay.
And so I'd show up and got up and played a couple times. And then they had another member that couldn't hit the high notes, and he and he moved on. And they asked me to join, and it's been about 500 gigs later.
Yeah.
Here we are.
So you guys are keeping busy.
Yeah, like Jimmy said, it's wintertime now, so we're kind of
Right.
involved in other projects. The museum's taking up my time. I know Jimmy's playing a lot on his with the dueling piano stuff. Dean's at home practicing.
Yeah.
Right. What else are you
Yes.
doing?
I was healing. I had
Yeah.
surgery in December, so.
So we're looking towards March, starting to hit it again, get back out there. Kind of chomping at the bit. I'm going through a certain separation anxiety from these guys lately. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to start going to jam nights pretty soon,
Yeah. There we go. That was always a fun thing when people would say, why don't you come to our jam nights? It's great exposure. Or, the gigs that people, hey, come out and you'll get great exposure. I'm like, well, we're booking about 300 gigs a year. How much more exposure do we need?
Exactly.
Yeah, so we carry it over into Electric Avenue. I think the idea was to have the nucleus of the three guys. We carried the vocals, we carried the guitars, the bass, and then it was a good way for us to sell the product, so to speak, multiple ways. You can hire, one of us, two of us, three of us,
Right.
mostly three of us, and then if you wanted something a little more with drums, we'd add that in there. And we actually formed that into a horn band besides too. So. But it's based around those three guys.
So what do you do? More Electric Avenue or more acoustic?
Probably acoustic.
Yeah.
Certainly.
I would say so.
It's a lot easier during the week. It's an affordable. It's an affordable package to offer somebody on a weekly, ongoing basis.
Right.
Where during the week we fill the time, or we don't charge as much as we do on weekends. We make a little more tip money and stuff like that. So, and it's a steady gig for us. Now, since we've not been at Jenny's, we've not been doing any weekly things. And I think we should probably look into that again. That's my thought. But
It seems like we could find a place that
yeah,
we could do one night a week, because we those Tuesday nights steady thing really was joyful.
it was. We had
I miss it. I really miss having just one night a week where we could get together, especially maybe on an off night.
Sure.
Tuesday, Thursday.
For us, it was like the guys getting together like a bowling night, but we're musicians.
Right.
And
Right.
the good thing about that is we get to hang out with our friends to do it. So, we built up a good following, we built up good friendship and hang out with everybody. So we kind of miss that.
Right.
Do you guys have anything original at all?
Well, we all have original music. We've never brought it onto the stage as a everyday thing. things we've done originally has all been. It's more in the past, So we don't have anything currently together. If we were to do some original stuff, I'd like it to be something that we all sit down and put together as
something new
as a group. Yeah, I have my stuff, and it's great. And Ron has the songs, and he has some really cool songs and stuff, and Dean as well. We all have stuffs, but sometimes you don't want to try and educate people. We're out there to have fun, and like I say, we just don't have anything current.
So we'll probably start another band, and we'll call it Original Avenue. And just kidding.
Right, we'll get nobody out.
So, do you have any favorites that you guys do? I mean, are there some songs that really you just love playing?
I get a lot of mileage out of my Led Zeppelin songs, and I just can't put them down because they really do. Like I say, we get a lot of mileage out of them, and
You do Led Zeppelin acoustically.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a we can do
some hard rock and Led Zeppelin we do acoustically too. So
we can do we can do a nice version of the Ramble On song, which starts like an acoustic song,
right.
So.
Now, Dean was telling me that you guys actually don't necessarily play acoustic guitars, though, right? You use electric.
Oh yeah, when it gets to Electric Avenue, we got the electric guitar swinging.
Right.
And anymore, by the second set of Acoustic Avenue, we both have instruments they're electric guitars
sound acoustic
with acoustic stuff in it, as they're easier to play, and Jimmy's getting old, so
got blisters on my fingers, Yeah, the electric / acoustic guitars that sound great. Thank God bless technology these days.
The one thing that you had mentioned, like what songs we like. My personal favorites are anything that we do the 3-part harmonies on. I think that's one of our strengths.
Okay.
Everybody sings, everybody plays. And when we add Heath in, Heath adds that 4th vocal too. So it's good to hear the vocals.
Again, we get a lot of mileage out of doing like California Dreamin'. Awesome version of Nowhere Man, 3-part harmonies, with all the backgrounds and all that stuff. We're doing a nice In My Life, we're singing the backgrounds on that. You can hear people playing that all the time, but are they doing the backgrounds? So really, absolutely, Ron. The 3-part harmony is the thing, and we got the high singer for it, Mickey Mouse over here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you take something like the Mamas and Papas, it also gives Jimmy a chance to get in the spotlight with the flute. He plays the flute solos and stuff too. So a little difference in the instrumentation too.
Any Jethro Tull?
Yes. Absolutely. Can't have a flute player without Jethro Tull.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you break out the flute, it's, hey, play some Tull, man. Yeah. It's like Freebird. Freebird on flute. No problem.
I bet you could do it if you needed to. Eh?
Oh, absolutely. I can play Freebird on 10 different instruments, including, okay.
So Rod, do you play stand-up at all or no?
I used to back in the 80s. I used to play some stand-up stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't touched one. Well, actually, I take that back. We went into one of the stores up north, my wife and I, and there was one in the store, and I got behind it, and I started playing it, and she looked at me, and she goes, "You got to get one of those again." I'm like, then I told her the price, and she said, "Forget it."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I'd love to.
So we need food this month, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. But I'd love to do that. Cost is pretty high. And the other thing is I hate taking gear. I don't want to spend 2 or 3 hours moving gear to do an acoustic gear.
Right. Travel light. That's my motto.
We got it down to where, we usually arrive an hour, half hour to an hour before a gig, and we're set up and ready. We're right on time. But after all those gigs, you learn how to set up and tear down real quick.
Right.
Definitely.
Travel light and
make money.
That's our motto.
So what kind of bass do you play?
Mostly Fenders.
Yeah.
Mostly Fenders. And the stuff I play now is my Franken Fenders. You know, I get body from this bass and I get a neck from this. And I put in my own choice of Fender pickups or pickups into Fender. And then I just, you know, that's what I like doing.
What about you, Jimmy? What do you play?
I have a couple of Gretsch guitars that I really like.
Oh, nice.
A couple of Gretsch Electrics, a 57 reissue, a Duo Jet, and then my
Well, I like the Duo Jets.
I have my Country Gentleman a la George Harrison that I bought to be in, to play in a Beatle band when I went to Malaysia with this Beatle band in '92, and I thought I'd probably wind up selling it after that. That was my main guitar for a lot of my gigs. But just yesterday, I took out that Strat. I took out a Strat that Dean found for me. This Eric Johnson Strat, and I'm going, whoa! I miss this guitar. Whoa!
How about you, Dean?
Mainly, my main guitar is a Gibson ES335.
Oh, nice.
It covers up the midsection really well. And then I've had a local guy.
I noticed that when I saw you last week or 2 weeks ago, you were playing that Strat and your midsection was Dunlap. It was hanging over.
Oh, yeah.
Dunlap over the guitar.
I was covering up the top two strings. I mean, it was just sad. But
he's getting skinny now.
Belly mute.
Look at him, man. He's lost all that weight.
There's
A belly mute. I like that.
There's a local guitar builder that has built me some Telecasters, and his name's Frank Gatto, and they're just marvelous instruments. And I bring those out, and then I also, like I was telling you, I bring out a Line 6 Variax, which has it mimics 37 different guitar sounds very well. So I can do anything. I mean, during the country tunes, I'm playing banjo. I play acoustic guitar with a 12-string guitar. Sitar. Yeah. I mean, so
nice.
it's kind of a nice utility instrument to have, especially with some of the songs that we do.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of fun with the acoustic stuff. We kind of fill in as much as we can. Jimmy's got a pretty cool Telecaster too. That is an electric. Obviously, it's a Telecaster.
Right.
But it's got the how do you say that? Piezo? There's been an argument.
It has piezo saddle pieces on it.
Yeah.
It's an acoustophonic kind of thing. So
it sounds wonderful over
really
a PA. It sounds like just a thick acoustic guitar, but it's an electric, and you can play, much easier to play with that.
Because I'm old. Because I'm an old man now. My fingers hit.
Now, do you? Now, y'all sing. You said, right? Y'all sing. Right?
Yeah.
Do you ever bring out a piano, Jimmy, or no?
Travel light. Make money.
I got you. Okay. All right, I'm with you there. I get you.
I said that to everybody for so long. It was like we were going to travel light and make it easy for, no stress. We'll just get there, set up the PA, and there's no backline. We're not plugging into amps. We're plugging directly into the PA system.
Oh, nice.
And,
nice.
We bought a pretty decent PA over the years. And so travel light, make money.
So we can hear any this 3-part harmony today, or
Nope.
We travel light, but we're not making money. So they're thinking about it. They're like, well,
we could pass the hat, I guess.
well, we have a crowd here today, so
yeah.
That's true. If it was a little warmer, we could set up out on the sidewalk. You'd be surprised playing on the sidewalk.
Oh, that wasn't it. Sorry, that was the wrong one. There's the crowd.
Yeah, there's your crowd.
All right. Pass the hat, baby. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
This podcast is not recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah.
They don't know that. Shh.
Oh, sorry. So you've got some shows coming up soon, you said, correct?
We do have a Moose Club gig coming up on March 28th.
Which Moose is that?
It's the Moose.
Joliet?
Joliet.
Joliet. Okay.
Yeah, we played the Moose circuit.
Right.
We like the Lockport, the Joliet. Where were we up north? I forgot where that was, but we were up north and did
Oh yeah, we had the St. Charles Moose.
St. Charles Moose.
Nice.
So.
We played the Croatian Club for New Year's, which was turned out to be a very nice gig, and it's good to be over at the Croatian Club here.
I tell you, when I saw you, you were there visiting at Lockport, and I worked at the Joliet Moose.
Yeah.
And they packed people in.
Oh, yeah.
they're packed in. So I mean, it's a built-in crowd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, we do a lot of that stuff. We were actually, the one thing we didn't mention, we were the house band at the Aurora Hollywood Casino for a while too. So the funny thing is we booked it as Electric Avenue. And, as we mentioned, everybody has other gigs. Everybody has jobs. Sometimes you can't make it. I think we had 32 subs that came through. I had to send out 32 1099s to people as subs. And we booked it as Electric Avenue every night. Wow. But the nice thing about that was with getting new talent in, there was never any practice. We met on stage and we played. But the cool thing was that somebody would come in and bring a whole slew of new songs, and we'd have to follow them to play. And so you learn a lot of stuff that way. You playing with these guys too, because I got to tell you, the trick to getting better is playing with better musicians. Right. So playing with these guys, you got to keep up with them, and I got to learn all that stuff.
Rehearsal? What rehearsal?
We don't rehearse.
Yeah, what rehearsal?
You're as good as who you're playing with. So always you always reach up to what the next guy's got. So sometimes it's challenging, and we challenge each other and. Hey, let's try this song. Okay, or an audience, somebody from the audience will have a request, and we'll step up, and get it done.
Just head over to the bathroom and go over to urinal and listen to the song. You got it.
Listen to the song at the urinal.
We've done that many times, just where somebody calls something out, we just play it. We just kind of fake it.
Just give me a key, right? Just give me a key.
Pick a key, we'll do it. That's the other thing is playing with these guys and some of the other guys that we play with. You learn a song and then somebody gets up there and says, that's in D, but I want to do it in G tonight. So it makes you think, and you have to learn how to do that kind of stuff. Crazy stuff, but it's good to play with these guys,
A true musician who can do that.
Yeah, and I hang around with them. I'm learning a lot from these guys, but and it's been cool because a lot of the gigs too, we get hired to play at all sorts of different things. We've been further out in Indiana and Wisconsin, and playing some kind of a political event or something, just some kind of party or something. We end up going traveling around as well too.
So Ron, tell us about the museum here. What's the latest happenings with the museum?
Well, let's see. Today we got, there was some news that Robert Feeder had put us on his blog, and we got all sorts of response from that. We had calls from ABC News. They want to do an interview, as does some of the other radio stations, WRXT, and who else? The River. Some of the newspapers have been calling us up today. So we're starting to build up some steam here on the project, and just plugging along. Membership has been incredible the last 3 or 4 weeks. We're getting a lot of new members from as far as Washington State, Florida, Texas, Kentucky, Wisconsin, even Cleveland, Ohio.
Awesome. Now, you guys are also on the Cover Stories CD from the museum.
We are, yeah.
Which song did you guys do?
We did. Tell him, Jimmy.
Bend Me, Shape Me. We're the Bend Me, Shape Me guys. We have Heath Chappell on the drums there with us. And we have the very distinguished horn players.
That's right.
From the Buckinghams.
Nice.
Chuck Morgan, Carlo Isabelli, and
Carlo, sure.
And we had a college student on saxophone. And I'm sorry, I don't know his name, but it's on the record there.
We had a sub that day. It's usually our buddy Jim Gesmer.
Joliet Junior College, they have a great program now for digital audio wear, DAW and being taught by Professor Dave Nuccio over there. They have a yeah. That's right. Dave was playing the keyboards on that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
studio equipped by Sweetwater. They're keeping it up to date. Our engineer Isaiah was amazing. He really knows that software. It's the Pro Tools software that Joliet Junior College teaches. They teach. They instruct they have classes in a couple of other digital audio wares, but they're mainly into Pro Tools.
Right. Very good. So where can we find you at as far as social media or
We're on
website?
Facebook for sure. You can see Acoustic Avenue or Electric Avenue out there. Don't get confused with the Acoustic Avenue from Germany, because we
Okay.
once in a while get each other's emails. I got something in German the other day. I don't know what I meant, but so we were there. We also have a website. It's
It meant you guys are great. That's what it meant.
yeah. You guys are really good.
Being German, I read it and it just said the bass player is really hot. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And Dean, you got to stop sending that stuff to me. Anyway, I'm just kidding. But
And that Dean guy can really sing high.
yeah.
Or not.
Yeah, so you can go also to Acoustic Av band or acousticav.com is what it
Okay.
is. I think it also resolves at electricavband.com, goes to the same website.
Okay.
You can see some different demos and hear some stuff in there too. That's it, huh?
And what about the museum?
Museum. So maybe we'll do another one of those CDs. We'll get some more people involved for this year.
Right.
We'd like to put out another one of those CDs. That was kind of cool because there was 13 tracks or so that people donated, all about Illinois music.
Right.
So, and of course, American Breed, the Bend Me, Shape Me was guys from Illinois.
Right.
So, and I handed that off to a couple of guys from American Breed, and they liked it. So that was a good thing. They didn't say they didn't like
cool.
it. So,
I
yeah.
did not know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Lee Graziano is the drummer from the band. He was here at one of our events, and he's become a good friend of the museum and of us as well. And I gave it to him at a meeting one time, and he took off. And a few weeks later, I saw him. He said, "I listened to it. It sounds great." So I'm like, "Yes, that's all I wanted to hear."
And actually, Jimmy Herter's on that CD twice
Oh yeah.
because his band, The New Invaders, did a song on there. Actually, the song right before us on the CD.
Sunday would never be the same.
Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, double dipping, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I'm making twice as much money.
Yeah. We gave him a raise because he did
Two
twice as
times
much.
zero is twice as much.
That's right.
Plus shipping and handling.
Yeah, the New Invaders have a cut.
That's right.
New Invaders have a cut on there. It was actually Ron recorded it live at I think it was at it wasn't I don't know it was a veterans event in Blue Island for the Bialy Post number 50. Anyway, it sounds great as well. You know, for being a live recording. Of course, you can. So much easier to sweeten that stuff these days.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All righty, guys. Thanks a lot for coming out here today. Well, Ron, you're here all the time, so
Thanks for having me here at my studio. No, I'm just kidding.
And we
No, it's good
thank
to have
you.
you guys.
We thank you for the use of the studio.
Yes,
too.
we do.
Anytime.
Yes,
Hey, you
we
mentioned
do.
Sweetwater. We should give them, somebody did. Jimmy
Yes.
mentioned Sweetwater. We should give them a shout out for this because the gear that we're using for the podcast was actually a grant from Sweetwater for us as well.
Very nice. Very nice.
And
Thank
we
you,
like
Sweetwater.
their candy when we buy stuff.
Oh yes,
That's
absolutely.
the best part of buying stuff.
I'm ordering some stuff today.
Just for the candy.
Just for the candy. That's right. Well, thanks, guys.
Thanks
Thanks
a
for
lot.
coming out. Well, that was the band Electric Avenue with Ron, Jimmy, and Dean, and some fun guys.
Yes, they were. Boy, they're keeping busy with both of them bands.
I don't mean like a mushroom, like a fun guy. I
Like a
mean
fun guy?
Like fun guy.
True.
They're fun guys.
Exactly. Not mushroomy at all. Not
No,
They're performing some fine music.
Yes, they are.
You know, and we got two. We got Electric Avenue and Acoustic Avenue. What an intersection, and there was no wrecks.
No, it came
Not
off.
a s-
Came off without a hitch.
Without No hitch. There we go. That's a good one there. But yeah, them guys are staying busy. They've got other things they're doing besides Electric Avenue and Acoustic Avenue too. It seems like so.
Yes, they are. And Ron Romero, of course, is involved here with the Rock and Roll Museum, Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66 in beautiful downtown Joliet, where we do our show.
That's right, and we want to thank Ron and the museum for providing us with this beautiful studio to do these shows and bring you these podcasts. And
yes, sir.
make sure you check out their radio station, the Road to Rock Radio.net, where they feature us every Monday at 6 p.m. They feature one of our past podcasts, so check it out. Check out the museum. Check out the radio station. Some great Illinois music.
And become a charter member.
Definitely become a charter member before you can't be a charter member anymore.
That's right. Okay, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Chicago.